Best boards of 2024 that made the cut. Ta-da! So, first board, and most importantly, the Mitchell Sermon Dark Void 7.2, 22 and 3/4 by 2 and 3/4. I'm not sure on the literage. I think it's about 52. Absolute my favorite board out of any board that Mitch makes. It's a 4-channel twin fin. I've ridden this thing in waves overhead. I've ridden it in small waves. This thing does it all. I had the one that actually didn't survive this year. I surfed Noosa earlier this year on a big swell, and the leg rope snapped, and I lost a beautiful 6.6 little purple dark void. That was my absolute favorite, and I would take that out to Noosa when it was honestly knee high. There were a bunch of longboarders out there, and I was competing with them and actually getting waves and doing turns. So the Dark Void by Mitchell Sermon, you cannot go past. So that definitely makes the cut for 2024. Another one that made the cut for 2024, the Mitchell Sermon. Yes, it's another Mitchell Sermon. It's a 7.6 by 21 and 3/4 by 2 and 7/8. Unsure on the literage. I think it's about 50 litres. It's a 6-channel twin fin. I've ridden this thing in bigger swell. I've ridden it in smaller swell, but it definitely prefers anything from about chest high upwards. I have done couple of my favorite turns ever on this thing. It has so much drive and so much hold through your turns. It's definitely worth having one of these bad boys in your quiver if you're riding bigger waves. And you still love the feeling of a twin fin. This thing will never leave my quiver. The Mitchell Sermon Void. Nuevo Camino speed machines, 6.6, 22 by 2 and 9/16, 51.6 litres. It is called the Unsinkable 3 model, which I kind of got to tweak with Mark this year and made it more of a round tail. His initial model is a swallowtail. If you do want to order one, Mark's an absolute legend to deal with. He's just one of my favorite people, one of my favorite shapers. Whenever I want a board, he's more than willing to change and alter his models and stuff to work for what I do prefer. This is definitely staying in the quiver. This is what I ride just any day of the week. It's another one that just absolutely froth on. I love doing turns on this thing. It just kind of hits the lip.
Just smack the lip. Whoop-a!
Keeps going. I've had some insane sessions on it at Noosa, at the Bluff, at beaches. It works everywhere. I use the Asher Paceys from Shapers, the 5.59s on this. I think I've been clicking with, and just so much fun. Like, it's basically will get you absolutely frothing to surf sheer waves. So the Unsinkable by Nuevo Camino. Yes, folks, it's another Mitchell Sermon. So this is called the War Pig. It's a 6.6 by 23 by 2 and 7/8 from memory. I think it's about 52 litres. Flat rocketed. It's a twinzer setup. It's honestly one of my favorite daily boards. I ride this in like anything up to say shoulder high. I absolutely love this board. It is super fast on rail. When Mitch first made it for me, it was my first twinzer ever. And you notice that the fin placements are quite far forward on the canards. I use the Rado twinzer setup for it, and I had so much speed, but couldn't get any hold through my turns. So the board kept sliding out, but I was having so much fun with that setup because I wasn't sure if I was going to make it half the time. that I was just losing my mind about it and thought now I'm just going to basically surf twinzers, but that's kind of changed a little bit. But definitely, if you haven't got one and you're riding like sunny coast waves, anything small and grovelly, this thing is your absolute favorite fun machine. If you can get your hands on one, definitely worth it. War Pig. The final board that's made the cut for 2024, the Album Plasmic. This is actually a pintail version. My own crappy artwork on the bottom, and I just felt like getting a bit creative. So it is 6'6", 22 and 13/16 by 3. It's about 51 litres. I've taken this thing to Bali. I've taken this thing everywhere around the Sunshine Coast, and never fails to have a fun session on it. It's another groveller that you can ride in waves. You could probably surf this in, overhead waves, slightly overhead. You don't want to push it too much when you do have other boards that are available that could work a lot better in bigger surf. But yeah, definitely staying in the quiver. Absolute, like if I was to travel the world and I wasn't sure where I would be surfing and how much and how big the waves were, this is one that would actually stay in the quiver, is the Album Plasmic. And this is a pintail version, so if you do want to order it, remember to ask for a pintail. Album Plasmic. So, best surfboards of 2024 that actually made the cut. For those of you that know me, I do like buying a lot of boards. I consider myself a board connoisseur, which is a nice way of saying just a board fanatic. But yeah, I'm going to definitely be riding these boards a lot more and going to be doing more in-depth reviews for you guys in 2025. So thanks for listening. Remember, if you're on YouTube, like, subscribe. If you're on Instagram, follow and share with your friends. Big Bear things. I'm doing things for you guys.